So Adidas just cut their partnership with Kanye West. Let me just show you guys this here. You can see right here is the headline. Adidas ends partnership with Kanye West at a considerable cost. German sportswear giant is the latest company to cut ties with Mr. West after his recent anti-Semitic remarks. And in the partnership is expected to hurt company profits. So the kind of thing I want to talk about with you today is, not everything is all about money, right? Sometimes you're just like, you know what, it's not worth the money. I don't want to deal with the stress of dealing with this person. Just go away. We don't want to talk to you. And why do I mention this is because there's certainly a divide in the world. Some people put money over anything else, right? And some people don't. And I want to share something that I think is a disturbing trend going on, say, social media, YouTube, TikToky, this kind of world. And actually, this is from my own data. You guys can see it right here. So what's cool about YouTube is they give you so much data. And I know we just talked about the Google earnings report, and YouTube revenues down across the board for YouTube. But what YouTube will always remain is a brilliant company, and in fact a data company to give you a ton of data. And so, for example, here this chart, if you guys never seen this kind of thing before, this shows like where your viewers essentially demographics are, where location, if you want to see. So like and an example, just using age, keep it simple. So age of my viewers, the largest group is actually 33% of my views on this channel comes from the age group 35 to 44. And you can see here 25 to 34 is 25.8%, 45 to 54 21.2%. Have an older age, 10% is 55 to 64, 4.4% is 65 plus, and then 4.5% is 18 to 24, right? So you guys can see I have a pretty well-rounded audience, and 35 to 44 is the largest group. Now, there's something that really stood out in these statistics, and you can pause the video right here, figure out what is the sort of standout number among all of these, and I'll give you a hint. It has to do with average percentage viewed. So again, pause the video, take a look at the stats for yourself. Average percentage viewed. What is the standout? What's going on? And this is the number that really stuck out to me. And if there's another number that you guys see, please let me know. Okay, so you probably figured out. You can write in the comments what it was, but here it is. Average percentage viewed, 32.7%. And these are, so basically what this is this says, out of each age group, what percentage do they watch your videos? Now take a look at this, guys. From 25 age to age 65, it's basically 40% they watch my videos, right? So meaning that someone at this age group, so anyone who's essentially over 25 age or over, watches around 40% of my videos, right? Meaning that when they start a video, they'll finish about 40%, which is a pretty average, pretty normal on YouTube, right? So you can't expect everyone to watch 100% of your videos, right? But they watch 40%. And this is, again, of the entire video, not like they watch 40% of all the videos I make. When they click on a video, they watch 40% of it, okay? And then when you go down to the younger group, they're only watching 32.7%. So there's a couple things that is going on here, and this is sort of where I want to bring this up with you. You could read this two different ways. One, you could read it as this is the TikTok audience, 18 to 24, maybe 13 to 17, which don't even watch my videos, but they have a shorter attention span and they can't concentrate. That's one way you could read it. Number two way you could read it is just that my content is too slow, too boring to appeal to that kind of group, right? I have the same appeal to anyone over 25. However, 18 to 24, you could argue I don't have the same appeal. So this is sort of when I don't know the answer exactly, because I can only see the numbers. The numbers don't tell me exactly why they don't watch the full thing. So this is something I just want to share with you guys that I think is a unfortunate coming difference in generations. And I've told you guys this before. I was professor for about 10 years, and college student age is about 18 to 24. These are college students, essentially. They should be at least that age. Now, obviously, YouTube is not everyone who watches YouTube, is a college student in that age group. And also, too, it's different to where, the universities I've taught, I'm just telling you guys, I've taught at very good universities, and the students are very good. And so I consider myself a pretty decent professor. and I've had good relationship throughout the years. And you know and you don't know. And when someone doesn't know if they're good or not with students, that means they're probably not very good. So just keep it real. It's disturbing actually, because I spent my 10 years of my career talking with young people and learning how to communicate with young people, and it's sort of a challenge on YouTube, because you're dealing with an audience again is not going to college, so it's different than the normal group of young people that I deal with, and also to the TikTok generation. So there's a couple ways you read that, but the numbers are clear. 18 to 24, they're watching a less percentage of my videos, and I bring this up because part of what's going on is navigating the YouTube world and navigating the future, is that if you want to be successful on YouTube or something like that, then you got to think, okay, I want to appeal to a young audience, or do you? And this is something that I put the question to you, because I started with Kanye West, because the point is that not everyone is always about money. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say, years from now, the audience completely changed, and people watch, say, Bob Ross, the painter dude, or maybe, watch a lecture, I don't know, from Einstein, just for example. And younger generations I don't hate that Bob Ross. He's just painting stuff, happy trees. Why does he want to watch happy trees? They watch a lecture from Einstein. Just for example, it's why would anyone want to learn math? Math is just stupid. And it's a sad thing, actually, that you constantly feel like, oh my God, you have to change content to match a young viewer TikTok audience. And I bring this up because I also got an email from a media group, and you can actually read the title of the email. This is on October 5th, and it says, "Media opportunity with company that built brands like Grant Cardone and Mel Robbins." And I checked the email, I checked their website, and it is the company that promotes these people. And I myself don't like Grant Cardone, but to be perfectly frank, he probably has money, and he probably makes a bunch of money from this agency helping them. So let's read through the email together. "Hi, Chris. My name is blank, the business development specialist at blank." I'm not going to share everything, but I found you through some clips on YouTube channel, and I thought you were great. I really connected with your personality. I loved how clear and easy to follow your content is. You give out all the information you have available to help your viewers become well-rounded. I would love to discuss a potential partnership and ways to scale your brand. Our company works with rising and established personalities in both traditional and digital media, and has built brands from scratch like Grant Cardone, Mel Robbins, and a whole host of other major industry leaders. And I can just tell you guys, on their website, they even have Fox News people. I'm not making it up. And I don't like Fox News, but they get my point why I wouldn't sign with this group. We bring deep expertise and relationships across a variety of television, radio, publishing, and digital markets. While we have been renowned for our ability to monetize brands digitally through our digital marketing arm, our specialty is understanding how to connect brands in an authentic way to their audience and create full traditional and digital media strategies and provide a differentiation to crowded markets. Just by learning a bit about your business and content, I think your brand has a great potential for growth. Let me know if you have a 20-minute introduction. I'll give you a quick rundown of what we do when we partner. They wrote again on the 12th and also on the 19th. Happy Tuesday. I wanted to follow up with my last message. We see a lot of opportunities to scale your brand and grow, and to recognize thought leader. Please let me know if you're open to hopping on a call and discuss how we partner and how we accelerate your brand in a new direction. And then this is the other email that was just a week ago. I'm sure I'll be getting one today or tomorrow. I wouldn't be shocked. Happy Wednesday. Just want to follow up to see if you're available to speak in the next couple of weeks. My schedule is flexible. Let me know if something works out for you. So the reason why I'm showing you guys these emails is, again, not everyone is out to just make the most money possible. Not everyone is out to cheat the most people possible. And I can't stress that enough, because there's a couple things going on. Unfortunately, I think there's a younger generation that is TikTokified, and also two things that everyone wants to be Kardashian, or everybody wants to be Grant Cardone, or everybody wants to be Meet Kevin, or everybody wants to be Graham Stephan. Not everyone is out there to sell you coupon codes and scammy classes. And one of the things that I really emphasize, and this is something that really bothered me, and I mentioned the Graham Stephan dude, is because I saw a couple of his students, and one in particular, I'm not going to show any pictures, no video, nothing about that, but it was a student who was talking about Grant, and it was just clear that this person is vulnerable to scams that, Graham Stephan, Grant Instagram is all the same, that Graham Stephan would run. And it's unfortunate. And one of the responsibilities of being on YouTube, you got to understand that you don't know who's watching stuff. I'll give you another example, which I'd mentioned before, but I just want to mention it again. I made a video about stock Larry, Joni Keenan being scammers, which is a real thing. And there was a comment, and the comment was like, haha, Chris, you're so dumb, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And sometimes you just check who the people are. You're always kind of curious, and it turns out that it was a kid, like a child, probably about 10 or 12 years old. And I tried to write a nice response and say, hey, I hope you can do your homework and you can go to university someday and you become an educated person, etc. And be encouraging to the kid. Who knows? I don't know that kid situation, but the problem is in this world is there's not a lot of good role models out there, and that is a real thing. It is a real thing, especially in social media when people see like, oh, I want to be like Logan Paul and be a professional wrestler. And the Logan Paul guy, if you don't know, he went like to Japan and filmed people in a I want to be careful in the YouTube algorithm, but he filmed people in Japan that there's a forest where people hurt themselves, that the kind of thing. And um, he filmed that and put that on YouTube, like this kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of stuff that people film and put on YouTube or whatever. And young kids like, that's what I got to do to be cool, is take off my clothes and do whatever, right? And it's all for chasing, money or things, like people who climb up milk crates. And it's just like, I just all about climbing up milk crates and things. And I really want to emphasize that not everyone in the world is all about money. It may seem like that on YouTube. It may seem like that on Instagram, that everyone just only thinks about money. It may seem like that, but it's just simply not true. I'm showing you guys some emails right here. I get contacted by basically marketing agencies that promote pretty big YouTuber people or scam people, Grant Cardone, that kind of thing. As I showed you guys before, what's his face? Meet Kevin, Andre Geek, and Jake Tron, and the other couple people, Cordelia, I think is their name, and then the Graham Seven. They're all working the same agency, basically all pushing the scamming products on people, etc. And they're all about money, and they've even said that on their channel. And I mentioned the Graham Seven because it just really bothered me that the whole philosophy is literally, his words is like, I looked at my friends and I was like, why do you waste time doing homework? Because homework is for dummies. You can be making money. And this is from Graham's words, he's like, I just want to start my own business and just make a lot of money. And I know there's a lot of people out there that think that way. I really get it, guys. I really get it. And one of the things that's frustrating, and I worked in Hollywood, I'm just telling you, for people who think in that way, that think money is the most important thing and that's just all I want to do is run a business and make money, you fail to learn how to treat other people properly, and you fail to learn to appreciate the world, and you fail to understand things. And these kind of people, and it's no coincidence that the Jeremy Finance and I think Andre's there and Graham Seven, they're all live in Vegas. It's not a coincidence, right? They have a bunch of money. You could actually live anywhere in the U.S. that you want, but you choose to live in a place like Vegas. And I get it that people in Vegas are like, hey, what's wrong with Vegas? But I mean, if you have money, and you could go any city, there's a lot of places out there that you could go to that would have better schools, if you're going to decide to have children, museum opportunities, cultural things, like this kind of stuff. But I get it. I really get it. If someone isn't exposed to that kind of stuff, like, why would I live in a city with a museum? What's the point of a museum? Museums are boring, that kind of stuff. And it goes back to this thing when I look at Kanye, and I think more kids maybe these days want to be Kanye, or these days kids can't even pay attention to videos. You can see this, the 7% difference in ages that can't watch a full video. And so it's just something I just wanted to bring up to you guys. And again, I mention this all the time, is going into the future, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people, younger people, who can concentrate, because the gap between those who can concentrate and watch actually and sit down and read a book, sit down and watch a full video, just for example, sit down and watch a full movie without looking at their phone, right? You can actually sit down and concentrate. Those kind of people are going to be highly, highly desired, because there's going to be a group of people out there that just frankly can't do it. And there's also going to be a group of people out there, like, for example, if you want to be a very, very successful leader and a manager in your future, is learn to appreciate other people and learn to see the abilities of other people, opposed to just thinking about yourself only and thinking about money. And so this is one of the things of why many YouTube starry people, I'm just telling you guys, it's real, really fail. When I worked in Hollywood, one of the things you guys may not know, Google's YouTube studio, like their headquarters, is in LA. And I know people who work at YouTube and stuff like that, and I meet people who go to the studio and in that world. And one of the things that almost everyone says across the board is there's a lot of YouTube people out there that they sort of like grew their career by just sitting in their room playing video games and drinking Gatorade. Never actually had to go to a job, never actually had to show up on time, never actually had to work with other people, let alone manage other people, and just like can't interact with people because for example, there's another person on YouTube. His name is Scott Schaefer. He did a video on the I can't remember the name of the YouTube. It was like a really fat guy on YouTube. So Scott, if you're watching this, I know I saw that video. It's funny. That there was like a really fat YouTuber guy, and he built his whole career about being a fat video gamer, and then ultimately though had a mental breakdown, lost all his money, and got divorced and this kind of stuff. And this is sort of where I really want to emphasize. If you want to be successful in the world, you got to build a solid foundation to build off of. And unfortunately, much of the stuff you see on social media is not healthy. And so that's sort of why my content will be the way that it is. I can certainly do other kinds of things and try to make it flashy and put sound effects in and more jokey, and I do occasionally try to make it more funny. But ultimately, though, I feel like it's a disservice to people if telling people good information alone is not enough, that you have to like package it in some crazy way. And here's the thing that even worse, that sort of bothers me, why I bring this topic all the time, is oftentimes the most flashy / entertaining stuff is giving you bad information. So I will try to always preference information and content over just purely flashy entertainment, because I think it is more important for you, the viewer, to be able to get good advice opposed to just learning and watching TikTok type of content where someone's just dancing. And unfortunately, YouTube is actually trying to compete with TikTok because they see that's where the younger audience is. Facebook's doing the same thing, and we may go into a period where young people, all these old people die off, and young people only want that sort of TikTok-y, Kardashian-y, content. You're just like, what the heck are kids watching these days? But those are kids, and I'll state it over and over and over again. Those of you who are younger and watching this, if you can separate yourself from those other basically TikTok, we'll call them TikTok zombies, who sit there and watch just people dancing 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, you will do really well, because you will be the manager of those people, because those people won't be able to effectively work well with other people. Because it's hard if you had a bunch of people in the room that are all like TikTokify, can't concentrate on anything, and everyone's looking at their phone. That's a horrible future for all of us. So anyway, I know I ramble on some of this stuff, but hopefully this message is clear, and I catch you guys in the next video.